Wait, let me get the fart machine out. Hold on.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Ready?
Yeesh.
Yep.
We recording?
Yep.
All right.
Oh, good.
So,
Yay.
last time we were here, you guys had gathered.
That was me.
Oh my god.
God, continue, Claire.
Someone's getting opposite inspiration.
You have to roll a disadvantage all night.
Disinspiration.
Oh no, it's
Trying to roll during our session. You in the box again? Leave that box alone, whatever it is. You done almost killed yourself once.
What? Who?
Uh-huh.
First she tries to stab the box with a knife. Now she's got a drill.
What is
I'm
happening?
pretty sure Ariel's trying to kill herself over here with the box.
Careful.
I love the ADHD chaos that is this group.
Box.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't.
God, what's
Anyway.
happening?
No, you didn't have to say anything.
You had to been there, literally.
Yeah.
So anyways,
No,
last
I was
time we
there.
were
I was
here.
the box.
Oh no, it's a metaphor.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cheat on you.
Last time we were here,
No.
you guys found yourself inside a town, researching investigating the rising dead that had been occurring, and you found some, and you killed them again, except for one
We
really
snapped them
annoying
so we-
one that kept popping up.
Yeah, we pushed them back into the grave.
And you found a 5-year-old kid, and you escorted him back into town. And along the way, you met an extremely annoying vice captain of the guard called Percival Wolfric, who just was a real shitmonger.
He's a cool guy.
He sucks. He was racist. Specious.
Exactly. That's why I'm gonna burn his house down while he sleeps.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Can I be part of it?
Yeah.
But you escorted the young man back to his estate, and it was getting dark, and one of our players had to leave.
Listen.
So we said you guys settle down for the evening, and that is where we will pick up.
So after we won combat, what was the interaction with that child
With
or
the
whoever
kid?
it was?
So
You
the
talked
kid,
to him. Yeah. Okay.
So the kid is the son of the supposed parents that were part of. Well,
They were killed in
the kid. Yeah,
disease,
by the plague.
plague.
The plague. And you would have got his
killed by
name.
the
His
plague.
name was
the
Mordred.
father. Yes, the father was the captain of the guards, and then that's the reason why this guy, Percival, was the temporary guard, the temporary captain guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Got it.
We escorted the kid back home. I believe we took him over to the
Uncle's house.
to the priest that we encountered.
No, we took him back
No.
home.
You just took him back to his estate.
Okay, we took him back to his estate. Right, he's filthy rich.
He went back in. 'Cause
That's
he said
true.
Something about his grandpa or uncle.
So-
Sons of one parent.
He said he just said they don't like guests.
Perfect. I don't either.
Yeah, because
And after that, you guys realized it was getting late, and one of our party had to go. I mean, so you settled down for the evening,
it was pretty dark.
and it is a little past that we will rejoin the session, as you are all awakened in the night at the inn to sounds of screaming.
Did we get a rest in?
Can we get
Yes.
By the dancing fever.
Long rest?
So,
Yeah, you guys can go ahead and take your long rest.
Did we get arrested, this guy?
And then you all awaken to the sound of screaming.
Ah, lovely.
And the innkeeper rushes to each of your doors, and he busts the doors open. He didn't bust them open. He unlocks them, and he tells you and he informs you that you have to flee. The dead are coming. They're here. And then he rushes outside.
And then gets mauled by a zombie.
And you
I'm
are.
a heavy sleeper.
I mean, he will just leave you to die. That's up to you.
Oh.
I was gonna say, I definitely pull out my bow and I bubble. The dead were always here.
This guy.
And
Guys,
it is then, if you if you will hear screams and the sound of some kind of conflict outside of the building. And he does not wait for you to reply. Like he busts your door. He informs you that we're under attack, basically, and then rushes off.
Does he leave the building entirely?
Oh, he just rushes off. You are still in your room, so you don't know where he goes. Does not wait for you to respond. Yeah.
I do hate saying this, but I guess I would just go downstairs and go behind his his counter and try to look where he left his wallet.
I mean, you can make an investigation check.
Yes, you go ahead and continue.
I love the priorities.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
I hate to say it, I gave him my money, and yeah, I didn't get my full night. I'm getting my refund.
What the hell?
I got a 15 even on it.
You're absolutely sure that there's not a wallet here, and you can surmise he took that fucker with him.
Hey, I'm gonna burn down this house.
And it's funny you say that.
This house is full of people. It's a tavern.
So it makes it easier to light. I've done it before. I can do it again.
The whole village just descends into death and undeath because they're too busy arguing about the morality of robbing a shopkeep.
He's not here.
Oh gosh.
Alright,
But,
Exactly. Like you said. Go ahead.
I have to change my
Feather Stitch is not a part of this because Feather Stitch already ran out the door to face the fight.
Okay. And as you run out the door, you will notice that there's an extremely thick fog has rolled into the town. Not unlike the fog you encountered when you went into the forest. However, unlike that fog, which was a kind of thick, white, normal fog, this fog is a very kind of torpid green with an eerie kind of iridescent sheen about it. And it is blanketing everything. And it gives you that eerie closeness feeling, like you're trapped in by the fog. However, though you can't really make out what entirely is happening through the fog, though you could make a perception check if you wish to try to, you can hear the sounds of groaning and combat and screams, and you can smell on the air smoke and an acrid burn, like the smell of smoke and fire in the air.
Also,
And
I'm so sorry not to ask earlier, but are you on above VTT right now? Should we be loading that up?
no, I don't
Okay,
have I doubt we will make it to any of the planned combat, so I didn't have any VTT.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine.
She got an 18 on perception.
Okay.
I got a 1. I do not see.
Faraz can't see shit. Sitch, you can you can peer through and you see that the innkeeper is he's finished rousing all of his patients, and he is kind of rushed out, and you can see, like, in the distance, as you peer through this fog, just hordes of undead are pouring into the town, slowly, but with seeming unending number. There is literally hundreds. Like, the few you fought in that you could surmise that the few you fought the previous afternoon were like not even the tip of the iceberg. You don't know if perhaps this village. I mean, you had seen the boarded up buildings and the families that had lost, and you had heard about families who had lost members, but this is clearly like half the population of the town or more is pouring in. And as you, with that perception check, I will also say, like, you see a couples fighting here and there where you can, like trying to defend themselves, and it is going to end poorly for them. You can tell, and it seems like you see a zombie go down, and then this blue-gray kind of like it almost seems like the mist coalesces, the fog coalesces into his blue-green shape, and seems to like draw into the corpse, and it rises back up again as if it had never fallen.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm like, sorry.
What are we doing out here?
I don't know what happened.
Are you guys outside with Feather Stitch? Because Feather Stitch, as soon as she got woken up, she ran outside.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the townsfolk were coming inside. Now they're getting attacked and dying and reanimating, or is that outside?
What happened was the innkeeper, because Shadow wasn't here for part of it, the innkeeper woke you guys up, told you that the village was under attack by the undead, and then rushed out. And Featherstitch and whoever else wanted to ran outside to see that the town is blanketed in this really thick green iridescent fog, and that literally hundreds of undead are pouring into the town.
Whoa.
I just step outside like, da la la. Oh!
And there is the sound of conflict and the smell of fire, and clearly this village is about to be overrun. And the innkeeper is kind of sees you, Featherstitch, and he says, "We have to." He's screaming, "We have to get out of here! The whole town's going to be it's going to be overrun. What are we going to do?"
Die.
I'm going to step up and point to Featherstitch and to Fig. Like, you two, go find any of the younglings and get them out of here. And then you, and I will point to... Well, no, sorry. I also point to... sorry, Ariel, I forgot Turtle's name. Miss... she's in that first group. Myrtle the Turtle, yes. You three, and then I'll point to Moon's character. God.
Oh, Signet.
Signet. Okay, I'm writing this down. I promise. I point to Signet. You, Fire Girl.
Yeah.
Come with me.
Hi.
Fire Girl.
Like love a girl, but on fire. Yes, Mr. Tall, hunched over man, kind of like Nosferatu.
Sure.
That's just how I imagine you. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah. He's got a lot of years of sorrow on his face.
Yes.
Oh, you're not turning that frown upside down, mister. You're going to get hanged now.
Yeah, as he said that, I'm just like, oh, this is quite a turn on character.
It's funny because he's actually like 20 years old. Or 20-something. But anyways.
Wow, you are old.
Change the character. Alright, on it. And I'll rush over to any rooms that have, like, potential people needing to get escorted out.
What do you want me to do, Mr. Nosferatu?
Follow me as I start running towards the crowd of zombies.
Oh, we're gonna go play a game? I love games! And I run out.
They're so gonna die.
We're fine. We're fine.
It's like the game's called Hot Potato.
Are you sure you want to run into the hundreds of zombies?
Yeah, I will grab any rope or twine that I see in the tavern, and I take them with us. We're not going to go straight up towards the horde because they're slow, right? Do I see how fast they're moving?
Unless you decided to
they're
make
not
them
very
DayZ
slow.
zombies.
These are zombies with a equivalent movement speed. I mean, they're not dexterous, I would say. You can tell that they're lumbering, but they're moving at normal speed.
Okay, so they're basically like World War Z zombies.
They're not dashing,
They're not running.
but
Yeah,
they are they're shuffling at a moderate pace into this village. As you can see, that small group, like they're also like they're not very organized either. They're shambling in. Like there's different small groups. You can already see unfortunate victims that are being mauled, who attempted perhaps to fight them. And these are commoners. They didn't stand a chance. They got eaten. And in fact, make me a perception check.
Okay.
Ooh.
Am I supposed to do this too?
Everyone?
Yeah, you're with
Roll,
me, I'm
like,
assuming.
Yeah,
initiative?
Ross's group. No.
Okay.
No, I pointed at you three to go, like, get civilians out, the ones who are slower or whatever. I'm going to pull Signet out, because I have an idea, and if it doesn't work,
Okay.
we're just getting out of Dodge.
I got
That's
a
me
17.
metagaming out of character.
Okay. Well, for Featherstick, since she was the first one out and she saw it, she already was running towards the couple that were trying to get away from the zombies. And she attacks the zombies that are and yells at them to run.
Great. So you run up to this couple.
Yeah.
And you are about to engage the. There's only like 2 or 3, I'm going to say here, and you run up to them, but before you can get to them, they are cut. The zombie is cut down from behind, and you see the beleaguered, blood-stained face of Sir Percival Wulfric again. And I got to remember what his voice sounded like.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was very pompous.
It was very pompous and annoying.
Yeah.
When he goes,
Even towards the end, Dad.
and he sits there, and he's kind of heaving. Oh, there you are. The king sent you to deal with this. Never mind. The city is doomed. There's no end to them. We have to get the survivors. Gather the survivors up and get to the church. Hallowed ground. And he turns around and he rushes back with a. And you can see he is still the acting leader of the guard, and whatever the guard's numbers may have been greatly diminished thanks to the plague. In fact, you're seeing many of the guard's members now on the other side, but there are still some guards members alive, and they are doing what they can to get to the civilians. They're like finding them and kind of like busting up and trying to distract the undead. And it's very clearly a losing battle. These guys are clearly exhausted. They're tiring quickly. They're not exhausted per se because this fight has kind of just started, but they are trying to gather. And it seemed that since they were swarmed the town from kind of all directions, so they don't have a battleground to stage this assault from. It's very clear that these guys are just trying to buy time to get the civilians out. And that is what you see as you run up to the couple that were trying to escape, and the one woman has very clearly tripped. She has an injured leg. She's limping. The one man has blood streaming down one of his arms as he picks his paramour up, and they're kind of looking around lost. They're in shock. Clearly, these are not soldiers, whereas they're not the guards. They're just looking around, and it's choked with mist and smell of fire and.
Let's go to the church.
I'm just gonna make this right quick. I literally have the thought of just casting Great Bonfire on them and ending them like those bears I did last time.
Oh no.
And that thought just crossed my mind, and I want to do it so bad, but I know I shouldn't.
Don't worry, you'll get your time. Just come with me.
I'm not gonna burn a church.
Okay, so I assume Myrtle and I are escorting any that are potentially injured or.
Yes.
I believe it is you, Myrtle. If you guys followed what Roz said,
Yeah, and Feather.
it's you, Myrtle, and Feather are trying to escort.
Any injured.
If you can find them, I mean, this is a rather big town, and it's covered in fog. And
okay. Well, I'd probably be like.
I'm trying to help him.
yes,
Yeah, I'd probably be speaking a little louder, probably bombastic, even.
Come with me.
Yeah, screaming out, just like, if you want to live, follow the tall man, the turtle, and the midget.
Yeah, follow the tall wire. He doesn't tell death to children.
Oh,
By the way, which direction is the horde coming from?
Seemingly all directions. This is not like a. This isn't like this isn't like those zombie movies where they're just a tide of. No, these are flooding in from all angles, and I mean, well, if you remember, the city is kind of in a valley between two big hills, and the one hill has
You almost.
the one.
Okay. Sorry.
The one hill. The one hill has the noble estate on it, and the other hill has the church on it. But in between those, you don't see any coming from the church area, from what you can make out in the fog. But you can barely see like 10 feet in front of you, so you can't really tell where anything is coming from. All you know is that there are screams coming from basically every direction.
Mr. Fonz, what are we doing? Mr. Fonz.
10 feet in front of us, even with
it's just a captain in a leather jacket sitting there like, hey,
hey,
he's cool.
Out of here.
He's cool.
For himself.
Hey, man,
He jumps on his motorcycle and like it's got like the freaking Ghost Rider flame wheels and just buzzes out of there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make that big character now.
Like, I just go up to him like, "Hey, cats, play cool."
Now you just
start
like
dancing.
Hugh Neutron from like
exactly
Neutron hitting on like preschoolers.
Oh, come on.
But
that except for that. Yeah. And then we're in elementary school. Okay, all right, not public. All right, so
what's the difference?
When I run out and see that we can't really see whatever direction that they're in, I'm assuming we know the direction of the church, right? From where we're at.
Make a perception check.
I have a 17 on mine.
Or a history check, depending. If you remember
I'll
where the
church
was.
as being the tallest dude.
I have a 19.
Alright.
Aw, you beat my 17.
He saw it pretty well.
Yeah. So you can, yes, you would remember where the church is. The church is to the west.
In the direction of the church.
Yes.
The
church, because you're a big valley region, and the church is on one big hill, and the noble estate is kind of on the other. They're not like mountains, but they are big-ish hills, and you're kind of nestled between them.
Around us, right? Like there's trees around the houses. Like
the
on
trees
the outside.
Are past the church, yes.
But where we're at, it's just like houses. There's not.
Where you're at is
it's
a village.
You're
all
not
right, so
expecting people to be like.
I'm going to go up to the two closest houses to us, smash in, see if there's any civilians inside. If there's not, I will take my bow, take it out, tie the end of it with a rope, and tie it to one end of one house, and I shoot to the other one.
Okay.
And then once it lands into the other house, I run away and I yell, "Fire girl, do your thing." And I point to the rope.
Well, I look at Rope, I look at him, I look at Rope, I look at him.
It looks to me
I look at him.
And then they die to the undead.
You see a very visible, misty question mark appear on her, above her head.
I Billy and Mandy and say kiss kiss as I point at the rope. I
I mean,
scream, fire girl.
on fire.
What the hell was that? What? Said you take 10 points of pedophile damage?
No!
What the hell was that?
No!
What?
Like Billy and Mandy, the cartoon where Mandy's like kiss kiss, and then the thing like attacks Grim or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I've never seen that
yes.
episode,
Okay,
so all I
yes,
heard was
I
you
remember
telling
that.
us.
No, I'm not
Don't
telling.
let
All right.
Don't worry.
No, I understood.
Mhm.
I
Some,
knew.
Yeah.
some things I don't allow in my campaign, guys.
Yeah, as someone who has seen
trees on
the
fire
Grim
on the
Adventures
road.
of Billy and Mandy, I understood the reference.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mhm. As soon as you
Anyways,
say those words, I immediately understand. I cast create bonfire.
Nice.
All right, you do, and the houses go up. Very warm.
Very warm.
Mhm.
Like
Very
it's like
fire.
It's
just like it's
Yes.
at like a moderate
it's on
heat.
fire, and I mean you can already smell fire, so you know odds are you would surmise that some people have already ascertained that this was attempted this plan in their own domiciles, perhaps, or
Okay.
somehow the undead a burning corpse kind of shuffles past you,
Okay.
Burning
falls to the
baby,
ground, consumed.
Disco and
The inn is
Yes.
now on flames.
Does it help with
Correct.
visibility? Like, can we get a better understanding of the situation?
Not really. No, this fog does not seem to burn away. It stays clinging to the area, and like the firelight kind of flickers off of it, almost like reflect like your head beam when you're like your high beams when you're on the foggy roads.
Oh, good. I use control flames to make it burn twice as bright,
Oh my.
so we can really be blind.
And I can really panic.
Mhm.
Oh god.
Myrtle is pulling out marshmallows.
Oh no.
This is
Can I
serious,
have one of
Kevin.
those?
Children are dying here, and you guys are just
Yeah.
having s'mores.
Oh, this is nothing.
The angel
Yeah.
says it's okay.
Oh
She's
no.
a bit peckish. Maybe you should have some food. You know you're not the same without food.
Make a survival check.
It's check.
Okay, I'm gonna
All
I'm
checks are
gonna
d20s.
cast. Hold on, I'm gonna cast Starry
I
Witch.
got
Oh,
Can I make an attempt to investigation to see if I see the church?
I mean you can.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that sucked.
oh.
And I have no plus modifier. Just letting you know.
I
I don't
can't
think
see
you're
what your
close
roll was, so
A 5.
And
Yeah.
a 6 for Feather Stitch.
it's very foggy. You know it's to the west, but it's very
Well,
foggy.
nonetheless, I'm gonna cast Starry Wisp in the direction of what we can assume is the church, and probably hit like a zombie, an undead that's like in the direction of, because Starry Wisp actually lights up.
Yes, it does.
All right, roll to
Can
hit at
confirm.
disadvantage
Okay.
because you're firing at nothing.
Nothingness in direction of nothingness.
And roll. Okay, that sucked. That was a nat 1.
Oh,
That old man you just.
you fire into nothing, but like the fog just kind of swallows it, and nothing lights
Damn it.
up. So you would assume that you didn't hit anything.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Cool.
And the innkeeper who was there with you still is just like, gosh, we gotta get to the other townsfolk that we can and get to the church. Well, we gotta get to the church before we're overrun. The
Mr.
city is
Devon.
doomed. And
Lead the way. Lead the
And
way.
the
We'll try to
innkeeper,
block off any
will take you guys to the church. He'll just be like, hey, and he starts off to the west.
Yay.
Okay.
Where's going?
We'll try to detain and make sure that there's not any zombies trying to attack any of these folks here.
Mr. Defons, are we just gonna burn 2 buildings? Or am I gonna burn the entire town down?
I told you my name was not Defons!
I'm literally just calling you
It's Defoe!
Defons, by the way.
I'll be like, this is not helping. We can't see any further. Oh god,
I
now I'm
know.
doing my Nick's voice. Sorry, I'm getting confused what campaign we're in. Well, we can't really see anything in this fog. There's no point in burning everything down. I'll set a couple traps, and I will start like doing the same thing and making more rope. Don't burn it this time. Let's go. As we're running towards the church, and I'm still like doing the arrow thing, making more tripwires in between homes as we go. Some civilians might hit it. I'm sorry, but this is my way of being like.
And you guys are going, and I mean, you can assume that like the inn was kind of towards the beginning of town, but this attack has apparently been underway for a while. You see broken buildings.
Damn, we just slept right through it.
Yeah, you guys were very tired. You slept through most of this. It seemed to have swept in from out of nowhere with astonishing quickness.
Yeah, that one fortuitous zombie really messed up our exhaustion.
Man, undead fortitude is a real pain.
It was a real pain in the butt. And it appears to still be that way as you see like guardsmen slowly getting chopped down by like they just keep attacking these zombies, but they just keep getting cut down, and as they get cut down, the mist seems to like seep into their bodies, and then they also rise up and fight again. And
as we're running and running and seeing this, I will scream at them, "You're feeding them, you idiots! Let's go!"
Mr. Defod, they're rising up from the mist, it seems.
Who the hell is Defons? Says the innkeeper, whose name is Defoe. Willem Defoe.
Willem.
Name is Willem Defoe.
Wait.
And he
his name is Will.I.am Defoe.
Will.I.am Defoe.
He's got a green suit on. He's got a glider. You know.
He's wearing
Hello, Peter.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a scientist myself.
Mr. Fons, Mr. Duffons,
Who the hell is Defon? Never mind, we're all gonna die. We don't have time for this.
I don't think the traps you're setting is gonna help anyone do good. I know it's rich coming from me, but
they're slowing them down. They seem to be pretty stupid. So let's see if they can actually limbo. Otherwise,
as you see, just a horde of undead hit your first tripwire, and then they just kind of walk through it until it breaks.
You see? Great bonfire!
Now they're burning zombies. Now they're burning zombies, but they also just don't seem deterred.
Wow.
The source, they cut it off.
I mean, some of them fall, but they just get trampled on by other zombies, and the ones that fall, the mist just seeps into them, and they rise back up, and now they're burning zombies. And
Mr. Defines, I hate to say this since I'm not a religious kid. I think we have to go see God.
Yeah, if we don't now, we will soon.
Yeah, and how am I supposed to burn God?
How about we focus on keep trying to stay alive as well as the folks that are still alive?
You never even told that kid the concept of death. How dare you?
Yeah, but he's thankfully at one of those hills, so he's safe probably from this.
I was gonna say, I think we catch up back to you guys.
I'm about to blow up.
Take everyone that you can and put them in the castle.
There's no castle here.
Yep. Let me say something cool without flubbing it up for us. Alright? This whole session.
Again.
You continue on, and the scenes of devastation stretch out around you. Pockets of villagers. You see the bodies of dead children. Unfortunately, their parents draped over, torn to pieces, as if you can clearly tell that they died trying to protect their children from this horrible horde.
I'm horribly traumatized.
You get to a point where you can actually start to hear the ringing of the church bell. You are clearly drawing closer. It's ringing out, trying to gather what folks they can, and you start to see you see Percival again, looking extremely weary. He's got like 2 or 3 guards.
Hello, Mr. Racist.
2 or 3 guards with him, and a few commoners with pitchforks as the women and children are kind of bundled together behind them, looking terrified. And you can see the problem is there's other pastors there, and the abbot is also there, who seems to keep raising up his hand, and a bright light shines from it, and they're surrounded by undead. They are cut off from the gates of the church, and the abbot had clearly rushed forward to try to back them off because they keep swarming up to the gates, and the abbot and his a couple of his pastors keep raising their hands, and bright light shines, and the undead kind of back off a little bit and then try to swarm up again, and clearly he's trying to kind of force a path between so that the others can get to it, as Percival and the others are just beaten down, and you can tell that they probably won't last much longer if something doesn't step in to intercede.
Yeah, Feather Stitch just sees this and takes off to intercede.
How far away are they?
Okay.
I'm gonna say that I don't have a map prepared, sadly, but like the church. So you guys are now going up the hill, and you can see the undead are kind of coming in from the sides, and the pastor is trying to keep the middle path clear. And I'm gonna say it's like probably 40 feet to the church, and the dead are kind of swarming it from the sides. And so the pastors are trying to keep a path clear, and you are about 20 feet away from the group that are trying to get to the church.
Use the map from the last game.
Because that's a different area, Liv.
But it would definitely help.
I mean, you cast Great Bonfire on one of the sides.
Oh my god.
Alright. And you do this, and fire kind of springs up, and the Percival is like fighting these undead and stabbing into them, and you can clearly tell like one of his arms is just hanging limply by his side at this point. And
ouch.
Mr. Percival, it looks like
it is ironic considering Percival's character that you had seen up until this point. Clearly, despite his other faults, and there are many, he is dedicated to defending this town. And
good.
Well, these zombies are doing something that we all wish we could, that we all do. Eat the rich.
Oh my god.
As I cast Vicious Mockery on one of the other zombies.
Oh my gosh. Eat the rich.
Wait, doesn't Vicious Mockery have an intelligence component?
Let me check it right quick. You unleash a string of insults laced with subtle enchantments at one see or hear within range, with 60 feet. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1 psychic damage and have a disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes for at the end of its next turn. There is no intelligent thing for it.
It was the other one that had an intelligence component, but
yeah, probably Mindflipper.
Yeah, I think that was it. So you cast this bonfire and some of the others, and you have seemed to have held off, at least temporarily, that flank of the assault. And Percival looks up with the few remaining survivors of the town that are fighting for the lives of what few have there. And he's, I never thought I'd be so glad to see outsiders before. We have to hold him off. Get him to the church.
You gotta say sorry to Charlie. And I hold up my snail. I hold up the snail.
Oh,
We don't have time for this.
There's always time to say sorry.
And he runs forward and starts trying to cut down the next horde of the wave of zombies that are coming in, and it's a sad sight for them.
okay.
Featherstick
I'm
Mm.
has hit
Yeah,
with
we-
21.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even
Nice.
hear what you were saying. So you guys rushed forward, and
Yeah, I'll be using my attack as well.
okay. And this is easy enough to do. The zombies aren't paying really any attention to you. And you kind of come through. The bonfire separates one flank, and you can easily cut your way to the others. And as you get...
Since she's close to the ground, she's kind of doing like where she's swinging her axe side to side, like she's cutting grass, but instead she's cutting the legs of the zombies.
And I immediately cauterized them with my bonfire.
Oh my!
This is a surprisingly effective tactic as you cut your way
Okay.
through the hordes. But unfortunately, there just is never an end to the numbers that are coming. And you
Okay.
have cleared yourself a path to get here. And Percival and the guard that remains and kind of the makeshift guard that's left. There's only 2 or 3 other real soldiers and a small handful of workers, or peasants that have pitchforks and cleavers. And he looks at them, and he looks at the church, and then he looks around at the horde seems to keep coalescing as more and more pour out of the village and pour out of the forest and pour out from every side. And he looks over at the abbot and the others, and he just looks at you guys, and he basically says, "Take them and go. We'll buy you time." And him and his group run forward into the mob. And
I will scream! I will scream at them! You idiots! You're just feeding their numbers. Get in the church.
Also, it does not seem like they look like to be truly dying. I wonder why.
Yeah.
We don't know. Everyone we cut down just keeps getting up. We don't have any time. We'll buy you a path. Just get the others to safety. I'm not gonna watch this town die.
Wow, you really are a true racist.
And
Exactly.
he
What?
just runs
I'm
forward.
gonna do. If there's any posts or pillars or something like that, I'm gonna do the arrow trick again before I run back inside.
This is a clearing. You're on the side of a hill.
And
This is
okay, all right.
Yeah, because
Are there
the
zombie corpses
Moving at all?
people.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
The villagers, are they moving at all, or are they just standing there?
They were kind of standing behind the guard because you guys opened up a path
Okay,
and kind of cut your way to them.
yeah.
They didn't. The villagers themselves are in shock. They're just kind of doing what they're told.
Is there a
They're
path to
operating
the church?
almost on autopilot.
Okay,
And-
I'm just wondering if they're continuing towards a church or if they need to be scared to go that
Right.
direction.
No, you can see bloodstains where it is very easy to surmise that Percival and had a bigger group at one time, and they had fought their way to the church, but there's no bodies because every time one of them dies, they just join the throng.
Okay, commoners, now this is what we call a surgical incision.
And you can see the pastors behind the gates, and they're chanting and praying, and the gates themselves kind of glow, and
Okay.
the fog clears. You actually see the fog has not penetrated that area around the church. That it's actually being held off. It seems like.
If there's not a
Okay.
path to the church, I will make one to help gather all of the civilians to go towards it. Inside of it.
Right.
civilians with us too, right?
Yes, you also have a few civilians. There's about 20 survivors here, besides Percival and his men, who have already like lunged forward. Like they're on either side of you guys, like bashing into the flanks of these undead, and they're like throwing makeshift Molotovs, and they're cutting, just like slamming into zombies and then running away, drawing a path for you, distracting the zombies, so you have a chance to get to the church. There's a few corpses here and there, but not the most of them are distracted by this group.
I guess what I'll start do is any straggling zombies, I'll just vicious mockery and create bonfire on them, and try to.
I still feel
No,
like vicious
okay,
mockery
children.
shouldn't work on a zombie. It's a zombie. What does it care?
Oh? They've got
Things
feelings
like
too, you
this,
know.
it just simply
Well,
Zombie
that's
has no feelings, but
Tell that to
This
the
is like-
Transylvanian zombies.
exactly. Kill
Yeah.
them.
I mean, it's
the
your home.
zombie like kind of twists its head around like a mosquito bit it on the ear or something. But
And then I crush its mind.
if you move quickly enough, you do seem to have a clear path to the church.
Okay,
Yeah.
come along, children. Ready? Now, this is how you start a fire. Create bonfire.
Oh my god. I'm just pushing along from the back line, making sure no
Okay.
one's lagging behind.
Featherstitch is just mowing the zombies down with her axe, going side to side, making
I
sure
see
they
that,
don't
children.
touch the people in the center.
Before I'm
Well,
out
that's
of
when you
range, I
have to
do
use
want
a lawnmower,
use.
people.
I want to use healing word on Percival.
Alrighty, roll your healing.
Okay. Oh, of course, it just reloaded. Da-da-da-da.
I have a cure wounds, but you know,
Five.
that's a
I
small
think they
one.
ran off.
I gave him 5.
5 health.
I did a lot.
Like your healing goes out. He's in the middle of a horde of zombies, like swinging his sword desperately. One of his arms is already clearly broken in some kind of accident, but you would surmise that it worked. It's kind of hard to tell because he's covered
He's
in
still
blood.
swinging.
He's still swinging. He's alive currently.
Okay. His arm like pops back on.
I don't think it regrows limbs.
No, I know.
You're the DM.
You said it was,
What
you said
does
it was
it do?
broken.
It's your home.
Yeah, it was. His arm just kind of like snaps in, and he just looks at it
Yeah.
funny, and then he gets mounted because he was distracted and devoured.
Oh, great
And Percival,
bonfire.
he's going down,
Oh my
but he's still
God.
swinging.
He's yelling timber.
Yes.
I'm yelling timber on your card.
And you guys managed to clamber into the church.
Hiya,
Or
priest.
past the gates. And as you get the remaining stragglers that you can past the gates, the priests slam the door shut. And you can see as like the undead kind of like clamber up to it and they start pressing against it, and it seems to like burn them. And the churches, the priests and the abbot are saying prayers, and it's pushing them back. But you do not know for how long. The abbots are starting to get very tired, and the fog is slowly creeping closer and closer towards the church grounds.
Wow, I didn't know you can burn people like that.
And
I gotta get religious.
Yeah, just like that becomes
hey,
part of the
sweetheart, do you
religion.
know where my thing is?
Is that what you do, Mr. Tall Fig?
I don't know, honey. I didn't touch it.
Kinda. It's a little different for
Would you
me.
grab it? I can't
So,
see it.
is it a different fire?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is further.
kinda.
Is
You
that
can do
why
it.
the angels tell me to do it?
Nope, that's the wrong whistle.
Yeah. I guess.
On the other side of those ports.
Sure.
Okay, I'll take it into heart and make sure to smite every person.
As long as you do it for mainly the right reasons.
Mainly the right reasons.
Well, I am neutral good. So,
We can all tell based on your rampant firebug options.
Yeah.
Literally, the only reason why she's neutral good is because she believes that good is subjective.
I figured
And-
you'd incorporate that into your own character.
You were kind of cowered behind these walls. And you can just see the undead are now like gathering closer and the fog is getting thicker. It is very desperate looking. When you begin to hear, you see a strange light gathering. You can't tell what's causing it, but there's a strange light further out in the mist, and you seem to hear coming from farther away, and you can't really tell where.
Is it
At this
Jesus?
point, if I can I just play Old Black Train a Comin'?
What?
Yeah, it's an actual song. There's an Old Black Train a Comin'.
It's a song about
yeah.
death. In case you didn't get
You
the
can't if you can get the thing to work.
What? Oh.
It's a bit disjointed because all of this was supposed to be part of the last session.
Hmm.
Is it Jesus?
Is it Jesus? Literally, I don't want to play chip, but yeah, it's an actual song called Old Black Train.
Sounds like you need a chip expert.
Well, I don't want to play him because I don't want to, a certain song be played.
Yeah.
Oh, and
also,
we get
you want to make
copyrighted?
sure because he is recording
And then
now
the
for
internet
copyright reasons.
cancels us and we get demonetized. And we have to shut down our channel.
I'm trying to get a few.
Yeah.
I can't remember what one theirs was called.
Hang on. If you want, I can play the song.
Because I thought Crooked Moon had one, but
Hang on. I didn't complete the thing in time, but I accidentally pressed enter by accident.
What?
Man, there it is.
Oh God.
Yeah. And I'm singing this to the children, by the way.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh, he has the horn.
Yes,
The
he
whistle.
does.
There's an old black train a coming.
before one could wonder why there would be you've never heard of a train in these parts. Certainly Gothica and other towns have trains, but not far out. Most of you wouldn't even know what a train is. When this light just gets brighter and brighter, and this big contraption plows through the undead in front of the church gates and seems to come to a stop. And this giant pillar of steam bursts out, and as you hear the train whistle again, so there. And it's strange because as you look around, and I'm going to pause for now.
Yes, go ahead.
And as it is strange because you hear this and you look around, and everybody else is moving, but they have no indication that they can hear it. As it pulls this big, just monstrous machine, and some of you may know what a train is in character, and some of you won't, depending on how traveled you are. As a door opens on the compartment, and a frogman leans out and says, "If I were you, I'd get aboard while you can.
Okay.
We're in a bit of a hurry." So if you would all just pass your tickets up, please, and enter
I
the train.
immediately just walk up to this frogman, unperturbed, and it's like, "Where's my ticket?"
And Signet, you're the only one that can see these little friends of yours. as one just kind of pulls at your hair, and
A
as
little
you turn
fire.
around, it just hands you a ticket. Like, it just has it. Like, you know where it got it from.
Bye,
from her,
Angel.
it was from her snail.
Oh no, Gerald died.
He got stepped on by Percival during the final assault.
I really
Don't
kind of
say
like
that.
realized
Don't
what
say
No,
happened.
Percival went down. All of the guards went down. They were subsumed on their way. They bought you guys enough time to get there. This town is well and truly fucked.
I immediately cast fireball at 9th level towards Percival's dead body.
Oh god.
And
But what about the abbots here?
Oh, they're dead.
I
It's
mean,
clear, isn't it?
Oh, they don't
Jada
look dead.
can't see the train, so they don't have a ticket.
But what do? We can't just leave them, especially the people too.
Mr. Frogman, here's my ticket.
Can't really help you there, son. The train, you need a ticket to ride, and if you don't have one, well, there are worse things than death awaiting those who try to board the train without their tickets.
I'm like doing a 2-inch jump towards him, just trying to give him my ticket,
And-
and he's
and
clearly
he
not
takes-
paying attention to me.
He takes your ticket and like pats you on the head. Lively one. And he ushers you aboard.
Yay!
Whatever that sound was, that threw me off.
And
Yeah.
Myrtle, go ahead and roll me a history check, please, at advantage.
See you later, suckers! This is the dream come true!
18. Yo, you've never, like, you can't really place him by sight, but you feel like you've heard this voice before. Indeed, as you get this thought, he looks up to you and goes, well, good to meet you in the flesh for a change. Welcome aboard.
Mr.
And
Dragman,
you
I can't get
find
up steps.
he's already helped you on the train. Your seat is over.
Okay.
and you find in your pocket,
Damn.
just kind of appearing there, and you don't know how, a ticket.
Next candy.
Yes, and there's one stuck to it now.
I can't get the candy undone.
Not a problem, my dear. Not a problem. And the ticket just kind of bursts into flames as soon as you hand it to him anyway.
That sanitizes it.
And he looks at you and goes, I'm sure the children in the nursery car will be just delighted to see you again.
I'll go there straight away.
And he welcomes you onto the car as he then gestures for the rest of you, each of you. Tickets, please. We are in a bit of a hurry. We are taking on an awful lot of passengers.
You must think I'm crazy if I'm going to go inside that metal snake.
They got the DeFonce movie playing.
I mean, my dear fellow, I'm not sure how much choice you have, lest you're willing to stand around here and get devoured by the undead.
Question.
Yes.
Can I possibly expend one of my lucky die for against the undead?
I mean, you could attempt it, but there's a literal horde of them around you.
Exactly.
Despite, like,
but I'm saying at least for this building.
You get the sense, and
It's just completely screwed.
this place is fucked, bro. There's no saving it. It's like you've seen the devastation on the way here. There's only a handful of people even left, and everyone that went down just rose back up.
Okay.
And the mist is getting thicker and thicker, and
Percival sitting there at the
Okay.
trying to get it.
well, no, Percival's dead now.
They got fake Newtons on this train.
See you, father.
Hi!
Just like, see you, father, and then just jumps on the train.
Well, no, the time has seemingly stopped. None of the rest of them, as soon as the train rolled up, none of the rest of them act like they can see you.
So,
Like, they're not moving. Time has seemingly stopped here as the conductor continues to kind of try to hurry you along.
Well, zombies, eat the rich.
You're already in the car!
I know.
No one can hear you!
I know.
Well, before I jump in, I'm gonna leave a druidic message at the church. So hopefully anyone who speaks druid or understands druid would be able to understand.
Already?
I'll text it to you later, so you know what it is. You know, because no one else here knows druidic.
Right.
But yeah, I'll hesitate and just be like, I've never really seen anything this metallic before. It's interesting.
It is a very special looking train. The
train.
Yes. She's a unique vessel, to be sure.
Quite.
But even she can only hold back this kind of darkness for so long.
All right. Well,
Best
yes,
we
for a
be getting
ticket,
on.
correct? I don't recall having any sort of ticket.
You don't? What's that attached to your bell there? And you look at your staff. And sure enough,
It's on like one of the flower petals.
It's just tied around it.
What the what? And I like rip it off. I'm just like, oh, well, okay. And then I hand the ticket to the frogman.
Well, pleasure to have you aboard. And as soon as he takes it from you, it just bursts into flame, blue flame, and crumbles to ash.
Yeah, and then I just jump on the train. It's like, I wish I could have helped a little more here, but you know.
So now, I think that's everybody but Feather. Feather is not on the train. Faraz is also not on the train. And
do her thing.
Does anyone understand that?
I did not catch what he said.
Oh, I said I'll let Featherstitch do her thing first.
Oh, yeah. Feather Stitch grabs, sees if she can pick up one of the kids.
As you attempt to grab them, you pass right through them.
She tries to take the random ticket and put it in the kid's hand.
And the conductor looks down at you and goes, "It won't do you any good. Tickets are for only their addressees, I'm afraid, and as I stated, those without a ticket who happen to get on this train, well, there are worse things than death, I assure you."
Like burning alive.
This child is still talking.
I'm so sorry.
God damn it, Moon.
I'm so sorry.
You get shoved out of the train to an undead, abominable death. Oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
It was like, if you notice, like, most of the time, Featherstitch has actually not spoken this whole entire time. And I'd like to say that if you can see her face, you can see tears streaming down. But she keeps trying to get the kid on the train.
Now, I know it's rough sometimes, but I'm afraid we must be getting along.
I will walk over Featherstitch and put my hand on her shoulder, and she will see barely visible through my mask, but tears are also streaming down my face. And I will say, I don't think we have any other choice. Let's go. As I look back and I look at all the people that were behind us, and then I will start walking towards the train.
And as the two of you board the train, and the train door closes behind you, and the minute it closes, the sounds of the outside kind of cease, as this kind of late period jazz music is just kind of playing over the radio. Or, well, y'all wouldn't know where radio even is, but it's floating through the air and you can hear it from somewhere. And the conductor kind of hops down next to you, and he ushers you forward to a car at the back and says, "Living car's right over there. We got a few more passengers to pick up, but sometimes things can get a little dicey when the dead mix with the living. So best you wait in your car for now."
Oh, Mr. Frogman.
Yes, child.
Exactly. That's immediately what happens. As I hand Frogman a snail.
Is this child coming on to me?
As I have my moose mask on.
Some things I don't allow in my campaigns.
That was the music playing on the train, alright?
Yeah.
It's not late period jazz. Not,
the train was playing anyway.
not porno music.
Oh my god.
It doesn't have to be.
God,
Wow.
it's just.
I don't know. I don't know if
Anyways.
this recording is gonna make it onto YouTube.
Yeah, it won't.
I told y'all not to record these sessions. Oh. Moon's unhinged when he's not a player. Or when
Well,
he's not
when
a
I am a
DM.
player, yes.
When Moon is a player.
More so than a DM, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happens.
Very unhinged.
Uh-huh.
So you're kind of you're all shown into a car marked living people, and the conductor is still addressing you and says, "Well, once we get underway, you're free to travel about the train as you will. Just, it's a bit disorderly when we have to take on our other passengers. So best you sit tight for now." And he closes the door.
I want to ask your name. Oh.
And
that's 18 years of bad luck.
Okay.
He really looks up the pig.
And as the door slides shut behind you, you hear a loud cacophony, like a lot of voices, and they all kind of blend together, and it's kind of hard to tell what's what, as seemingly other passengers are ushered onto the train, though, so maybe the other survivors are getting on after all.
Are there other people here in our car?
I start killing them. No,
Nope,
you're not.
it's just you guys. You guys are the only ones in this car. There's just enough room to fit all of you comfortably. It's like this car was designed for you.
Wow.
Sitting in my chair. I've got my little purse on my lap.
Yeah, I'm surprised I don't have to hunch over under the roof.
It's a surprisingly tall car. Surprisingly tall train. This is like a two-story size train.
He stands up straight. He finally cracks his back. He's like, "Oh, mine."
Mr. Fish, your back is crying.
Yeah, it's under a lot of weight of having to stay hunched over a little. Some of these people aren't really too tall.
And you do have a big window to the side of your car that would look out to the outside.
Whoa.
Immediately looked outside.
Yeah, just like that's an interesting view.
So anyone who's looking outside the window, please make a perception check.
You got
it.
Oh, I guess that's me.
Oh no.
That's a 4.
Oh.
Perception?
Yep.
21.
Do I have any?
That is a 20. Wait.
Additionals?
Yeah, that is a 21 on my end too. Hey, me and the wild man are twinning.
Woo!
Yeah, the two wild men are twinning somehow.
Yes, you have a +5 to perception.
I
So
17 then.
anyone who did over 10 would get it anyway. A lot of the area is still.
Yeah.
This area is kind of like the mist has kind of been drawn back by the train, almost like it's been drawn into the train, and you can see the night. You can't really see the dead. You can, because the train has almost like steam coming off of it in waves, and it kind of hides that. But you can see up to the sky, and it's very dark, and there's a lot of stars into the sky, and you can see the manor off on the other side of the town. And as you're looking out, let me see. Let me pull it up real quick so I can give an accurate description.
There you go. You can read that afterwards.
All right. That's not what I want. Appendices. Gotta find it.
I love the pulsing coming from Dan.
Wait, huh?
He's on a
I
hate-
hear
he's on a
pulsing
Hadron
coming
Collider.
from you.
You hear pulsing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like cyber kind of pulsing.
Oh, I do have music kind of playing soft with the background.
hmm
Is it adding good
I
ambiance?
did.
I'll turn it down. Hold on.
No, you're good.
I actually
It's
kind of
not-
like it. It just
yeah,
makes me
it's-
think like players like loading up the computer screen.
Oh
It
yeah.
sounds like Minecraft.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're on the loading screen to the next scene of the game.
I
Mhm.
watch. Hold on. Oh, I'm gonna get about this one.
Oh yeah, that's why my perception
I'd
is so
like
bad.
to say that
Stuck in the
Feather
loading screen.
Stick.
No.
Hello.
Oh,
I'm watching Dreamcore.
What?
It's
Huh?
Dreamcore. It's
Oh,
weird core, dream, liminal core,
There.
okay.
dream.
So as you
back room.
guys,
Okay.
Oh, I see what you mean. I get it. I get it.
are staring out of the window of the train, you
Uh-huh.
see swooping up, not too far. It first you just see these like big bright eyes, and you think it's an owl at first, and then you realize that it is insanely big, and it opens its wings, and they're just this giant kaleidoscope of rainbow colors in them, as it gives off this weird kind of shriek, and it launches itself into the sky. And the two who had above 20 could notice that gripped in the claws of this monstrous creature appears to be the form of a small boy,
Whoa.
Well,
and it shoots
does-
into the sky.
Does anyone else say this? Did anyone see what had just happened?
I'm stuck in the
I
loading
thought-
zone. I can't see a thing.
I'm stuck in loading. It's telling me that not to escape or not to exit the game because if I do, I'll lose progress.
Yes, and also don't save, which is really bad when it says that.
And that is where we would have stopped for the first session
Okay.
originally.
No one else saw this giant creature in
Everybody who got
whatever is
over
going
a
on
10 could see
outside,
the giant owl bird or owl
I think you're all
creature.
crazy.
Yeah. which is just Pharaoh's.
I'm the only
No,
one who's seen
everybody but Signet got over a 10.
Really? I didn't
Yeah.
see any rolls from anyone else.
At least I thought they
Feather
did.
Stick didn't roll.
Oh.
Yeah. We're really the only people who
It
didn't
was
see
it
anything.
was just three people. It was Fig, Signet, and Faraz.
Myrtle got it.
Mario.
Myrtle got it.
Oh, okay.
So I
Liar!
hard roll
Yeah.
because he doesn't give me my character. I don't have tortoise.
D&D Beyond rules suck. You don't want to. But
Objection!
besides, she gets to see the actual creature anyway because she can see my screen.
I'm sorry.
She's cheating.
I'm
Stop looking.
Yeah.
Good looking up.
But
I'll turn around.
only those who got over a 20 could see what was in what could make out the small form of the boy, kind of wriggling in its talons.
Well,
Of course. No.
Moon knows what it looks like already anyway, so.
oh yeah, I know it.
This giant bird-like creature, this avian creature, had what looked like a little boy in its talons.
Describe it.
What?
It is a big owl-like creature with large outspread wings, and the minute you can see the underside, it's all very shadowy and dark until it flaps its wings up, and then you can see the inside of its wings. It's just a giant kaleidoscope of colors, and staring at the colors for any length of time makes you feel incredibly uneasy and makes your brain tickle.
Mister, what did you see? I can try to make it.
I could try to make it. No. Oh,
Minor illusion?
Yeah, minor illusion. It looked like it looked like a giant owl.
Okay.
Under its wings, I felt a little dizzy looking at it, but it looked very colorful, like very. How would I describe this? Like
it gave off an incredibly horrific shriek, which everybody heard, regardless.
Yeah.
And it sounded like a mixture between an owl screech and a human scream.
Oh damn! Okay.
I heard nothing.
That scream. That was the base that is outside.
And it just kind of flapped off above the window where you couldn't see it anymore.
Yeah, and it had its talons, and inside its talons was a little boy.
Do we recognize little boy?
But under its wings, it had like these bright, vibrant colors. Made me a little dizzy looking at it.
Do we recognize the little boy?
Only two of them seen it.
Either of them.
Do I realize who it was? Is this the boy that we saved earlier?
Have we seen him?
Yes, you would. You would recognize kind of half because of the light coming off from these wings.
Okay.
That it had Mordred clutched in its talons and was flying straight up out of the town.
I'm very much trying to make a minor illusion of what you guys are seeing. We can all try to together. Like, I'll try to see it all, like what you tried to describe.
If you can cut it out, you can we'll just cut out the stat blocks because they're not allowed to see that. But you can cut out the other. If you can cut out the image, you can post it.
I mean, I can.
I just said you can't see the stat block, and don't turn around.
I wasn't looking. I was looking.
I can't really. I have to cut out the stat block, but I don't know what we're allowed to share and whatnot.
It's fine.
Okay, yeah, anyway.
I'm desperately trying to, like, crayon Crayola paint this for all of us. Can I try making a performance check to see how well I do?
Go ahead.
Try.
I take out my Crayola broken pens and I desperately trying to minor illusion it.
It's like all chalky and stuff.
Oh. So I mix watercolor with chalk art.
Oh god,
How'd I do?
Very bad idea.
Can I make a check to see how well I do, Mr.
Go
Player?
ahead.
I like how he's not responding.
I said, just don't hear me over everybody else.
No, he said make the roll.
Oh, for what?
For the performance.
Performance check.
Okay.
You asked to make a performance check. Well,
Yes, but you didn't confirm. 11.
He did. He said yes.
It is.
I didn't hear it.
Stop fighting.
It looks kind of like the snail still, honestly, in this picture. It's the snail has fangs and bigger eyes, but
I desperately have like the biggest, widest eyes as I possibly can. Just like, did I do good?
You missed a few minor details, but
it's very clearly the snail.
Yeah.
The snail has wings now.
You immediately see the snail just burst into flame.
Oh my god.
As I look dead at your eyes.
Yeah, yeah. Anyways. Yeah. I believe the boy that was in his hands was the boy that we saved earlier. I'll be right back.
No, he's gone again.
Oh no.
The world is ending.
Oh no, what's we gonna do?
I so want to just be like go to conspiracy theorist mode right now. Just like, okay, I'm done. I know I can't say a dang thing.
Why? Why? Why?
Because I know things.
Stop
Yeah.
Mhm.
Moon's not supposed to know things.
I'm not supposed to know, but even then, I feel like Signet would theory craft it and get it right anyways. But that's just me. Well, I guess Signet's just gonna pretend to minor illusion of burning the upholstery.
What?
Bye.
Because he's evil.
Hey, hey, hey. Do you have a lighter?
No.
I do!
Somewhere, I think in the
Yeah, you
bathroom.
saw the pop it once and immediately went out and bought like a bottle rocket.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
just over here destroying text.
Destroy the text. Destroy the text. Or you could just, screenshot it and then edit and just crop the
I am.
image.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. I thought you were going right into the document and blurring all the text so you could post
No.
it. Oh.
I'd like to say,
And
like, during this
then
time, Feather Stitch has been quiet and she has not really sat on a seat. She's just sat on the floor, her arm hugging her knees.
Oh.
I'm gonna be the grandma and come close to Feather Stitch and pat her on the back.
for those of you who had over a 10, this is what you've seen in
Ooh,
the past.
Yeah.
oh my goodness, that's creepy. It has human legs.
Yes. Yes, it
And
does.
we're clutching a boy!
Oh
And
my
they're
word.
hairy.
I love this feature. It's so pretty.
Yeah, Dream Eaters are my favorite.
You
Wait, what
just
is it look? Oh,
said it.
hold on. Okay. Oh my gosh! Look at the grippers on that thing.
Look at those grippers.
Is that Nix's grandfather?
Oh no, this is what happens when Nyx failed school.
Okay.
he became an opium junkie.
I was gonna say he does the what's the wizard equivalent of crack? He does spice, whatever it is.
Exactly.
God, I'm using that. That's my PFP for Nix now.
He went to Hagrid's craft shack and he got high.
But so I don't know what everybody else or how much time everybody else has. That would have been the end of the first session had we been able to get it all done. But
Do you and your DM expertise have a stopping point in about 30 minutes or so?
the next part is going to be very similar to Moon's because it's the train session, and I've switched some things up, but there's not a ton.
Mm-hmm.
I created a nursery car for reasons.
Spoilers!
I already he talked. Yeah, he told Ariel or he told Myrtle about the nursery car when she came in.
That's true.
Yeah.
That was like earlier, right? Or did I
Yeah.
miss it?
When she
Okay,
was
well.
when he was talking to Myrtle about her ticket, he said that he was glad to meet her again in the flesh, and that the children would be. He's sure the children would be delighted to see her down in the nursery car.
Spoilers.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. Anyways.
spoilers for sport.
I was gonna say I mean, we can end now. And I can be a responsible adult and go to bed at somewhat decent time because I have to work 10 hours tomorrow. And let's face it, probably end up being 12. But
God. And
I didn't run this session very well. I know what I wanted in my head, but the whole point of it was to put in a situation where it would be very obvious that there is no, like, you can't fight this. You have to run.
You were balancing between, like, stating what you were trying to state and railroading us.
Right. Well, because this was supposed to be attached to last session, so you would have been like, then there was more to it, and you could have chosen to run up the manor to go try to find Mordred if you wanted, or you could try to work with the survivors there, and the idea was to eventually get where you wanted to go, either to the manor or the church, pulling back the veil there. Had you chosen to go to the manor, there would have been a different scene, but it would have been much the same, where the train ends up showing up and you have to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah.
You know, I asked if we could burn the bodies.
Oh yeah, that was my favorite part, and I told Ariel this after that session. I goes, you realize none of you burned the bodies, right?
Yeah, I did.
You burned before they were there. In fact, there was even a point where I think Shadow mentioned we should stay and burn all the bodies in this thing. And then that was when Mordred piped up and was like, hey, and you guys got distracted, and then you escorted Mordred home, and nobody burned all the bodies.
Stinky.
So there was another I had to cut. Like, there were two different versions for how that the second half of that session would go, depending on whether or not you burned all the bodies. But even then, I had a time where it could have been other bodies from other towns, and I could have ran with it that way. Or there was a thing where you could perhaps, there was a part where perhaps mist would have started pouring out of the mansion, and you would have had to go to the mansion to figure out what was up. And I had that mapped out. I actually have maps for that mansion.
Well, damn.
I think I would have burned
I
the
did
child.
do that just in case.
Burn the child?
Yeah. I know what happens.
You can't get the child. You don't know what happens with that child.
Oh, I do. I know.
Cheater.
Other than that, he was surprisingly there with all them dead things and didn't look afraid, but...
Yeah, I wonder why.
Nobody asked him about, which was pretty funny. He's just a poor, innocent 5-year-old.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What'd be so mean to Mordred for?
Listen.
See,
he's named after King Arthur's son. Those of you who actually know the story of King Arthur and Mordred.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's a callback.
Listen,
I
if
do
we
not
were still
understand
at
that
that
reference.
mansion,
Oh, it's a really good story. You should read it.
I was gonna blow up at Fig and just completely berate him.
But that is the end of that session. The next session is the train, and I doubt we could run through that in half an hour.
No.
I mean, you
you
saw
kidding
how
me?
long... Right, it took the whole time last time with... And we ran straight through that. If you actually read the book, we ran like a straight arrow, and we just either convinced them or fought them. We didn't backtrack or anything. Like in the actual book, it's oh, you can find this item that corresponds with this spirit, and
Yes.
And we didn't do any of that. We were like, can we talk them out of it right now? No, then I guess fuck them.
Yeah. It's
It was really funny.
Pretty much.
So when I read the story afterward, I was like, man, we really should have done that better.
Yeah, and then here I am. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I figured out the thing with what is it, the Harlequin.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I did a pretty good job with her daring up.
Yeah.
It should be easier at this point anyway, because Myrtle's character gets advantage on some of these checks because of her background.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because, well, you wouldn't know that, but she does. Because
Stay hush hush about it.
Her background is the one of the custom backgrounds from the custom moon, Crooked Moon, which is the
Ghost Light Passenger.
Gross Light Passenger. So, which would you guys like? Sort of was hinted at because the conductor's obviously seen her before.
I wouldn't know.
Whereas
like,
he had not seen the rest of you.
Technically, eventually, if we ever get to that, what is it called? The Wildfire?
Oh, Wildfire, yes.
Yes. I do have a +6 on animal handling.
Wildfire's not going to be in this one.
Man.
I'm switching up the rooms.
Why you gotta do this to me, man?
Because I don't want it to be the exact same as Moon's.
That's true.
I know. No,
I created the nursery, and
I'm not in Moon, so do it all. So I
Do it all.
it's like I'm gonna use some of the same rooms. Some of the rooms I'm not. Obviously, we will get to Philip and Adela.
Yeah,
at some point.
Obviously, when we get to the similar rooms.
Spoilers! We're completely
Obviously, when we
spoiling
get to the
Dan!
Yeah, we're spoiling it for
rooms.
Dan. My bad. We really shouldn't. Dan hasn't played through the first one. I'm being looser-lipped because the rest of us have played through this as Moon. Because the next section is going to be it's the train section. I can't change a whole lot.
You know what, Dan? How about you deafen yourself? No, I'm just kidding.
How about you shut up, Dan? No, I'm just kidding. I said
deafen, not mute.
He said, "Why don't you shut up, Dan?"
I said deafen, not mute.
So it will be nice for Dan because he won't know, and I am gonna try to.
So I can't.
I am gonna
just keep going.
Oh God! No!
Keep going, Dan. Moon's already got Smokey the Bear, the monster. I will make Tuxedo Mask the monster for you.
Oh God! He's like all of them.
Sailor Moon reference.
Ow, that was the loudest one. Ow!
Sorry.
I don't even know if he heard the Sailor Moon reference.
I forget that I have soundboards just turned down on my internal settings. I forget it just blares for everyone else.
Yeah, that one was pretty loud.
I legitimately am making a Smokey the Bear boss because of Moon. Just FYI.
Yeah. I hope so.
I've already talked about it with Moon. It's going to be a werebear that got corrupted and turned into a monstrosity bear that wears human flesh.
Oh my goodness.
He just muted deafened himself. Oh.
And a camera! I can see him!
The camera.
Oh my God.
He can't even hear us.
But I said if he keeps going with the ooh-woo...
Okay. Is this what it's like to FaceTime?
Somebody hacked my camera. I look surprisingly similar to Dan.
As his girlfriend?
I'm not even joking. I do kind of look similar to Dan. My camera's not set up on here.
Hi.
I'm just saying.
Oh dear.
I think he has to go. He's deafened and muted. This guy.
I just realized I don't think you can undeafen me. Never mind. I was like, how do I let them know not to undeafen me? And then I was like, wait a second. Unless you host. No, never mind.
So that should be fun though, because Dan hasn't seen it before, so it'll be completely fresh for him.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to put a spin on the car so they're not the same.
Okay.
And then when we get through this section, through the train section, Dan, you can listen to the Crooked Moon one.
And once you get through
it's not the same.
Well, the rest of the campaign after the train won't be, because Moon is running it off of the book.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I don't know what they're going to do with I'm sure that he's going to do his own things with it, but the book takes place in one spot, whereas my campaign is going to take place over all of Druskenvald.
Right, yeah. Which I think is super cool. I just wanted to wait until Crooked Moon was completely out to run the module.
Right.
I'm super excited, but I didn't want to just do chunks and have to wait long periods of time. I'd rather wait for the show to be over so I can binge it all.
Right.
Wait for you.
I was the same way. I was like,
I get you.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't want to just run the Crooked Moon, because I know Moon's doing it, and I don't want to run like basically repeats of the same campaign. So I was
Just
like,
run it
well,
again. And I'll be
yeah,
like, well,
guys, forget what happens.
Yeah, they're just like, now that you ran Moon's Crooked Moon campaign, do you want
This
to
is
take
the-
different approaches in my version?
I mean, you could, honestly. There's
same.
100 different ways to play it, but
My train doesn't have a herald.
My train doesn't have a herald.
my train does not have a herald.
Yeah, let's try to keep it that way.
Yeah.
Don't tempt
We
me.
do have a
Don't.
signet.
No.
We have
Yeah, basically is
Oh
herald.
no.
the
Yeah.
fire version of Herald.
Yeah.
Except I
but-
would feel bad killing this herald versus the original. You
Don't
know,
you
like
worry.
Would we? I mean,
yeah.
so far
Well,
they've
not my
already
character.
tried to burn down a village. And
Yeah, not Faraz. He would not.
Mind you, Dan.
caused Faraz
One of-
mild panic attacks in the one combat session by starting a bonfire right next to them.
Yeah, fun fact, we all figured out what his biggest fear is. Like
Yeah,
day one.
Mind you, Dan, one of my character's ideals is that nature is cruel and forgiving at the same time. So if nature calls for Signet to go, it's
What?
what nature called for.
When
That is cruel
Smokey
and
the bear
forgiving.
monster just shows up and
Oh,
Shadow's
yeah,
like, I can do nothing here.
I dap him up. I dap up Smokey the bear.
Be like, I'm sorry, he's come for you. It's
Yeah,
nature's
like,
way.
What can I say? It's nature's way.
And I believe you should take my place in the ritual. I cast a question on you.
Oh my goodness.
ugh.
What do you mean?
look at
I
the,
dapped
circle.
up Smokey the bear. He's my homie.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry,
Now
we'll
you
have
go
to
out
face.
there, you
yeah.
make love to him, and don't come back until you do.
Make love to him? What?
Mhm.
Huh?
Yeah.
This is
Yes,
not Baldur's Gate 3, Moon.
I know, suggestion. Listen, if Signet has to go to war, she will.
You will all have to face your fears soon enough. Don't
Hooray.
worry.
Yeah. Mine's gonna be immediate because I know what I just know.
I don't.
Yeah, I know what mine is.
Because Moon already
I have
knows
an
the
idea.
first place I have us stopping at.
Yeah. Fig or Franz will have to take me.
We'll
I
have
will
to
not
take you,
be
like,
walking one step.
I'll be like picking you up.
Mm-hmm. You
Jesus.
better. I'm not gonna.
And I get to meet new friends, and I've even composed a song for it.
Mm-hmm.
Hooray.
But that's like probably at least 2 sessions away, possibly 3.
Mm-hmm.
Hooray.
Train usually takes about 3 sessions to get through in a house. Regular.
What the
more
heck?
to say.
It's a
I'm
train.
assuming we can get
Yeah.
the train done in 2 sessions.
It just depends.
Yeah.
How
It's
much
just
you
an
get to.
assumption. Then you'd have,
Mm-hmm.
for those of us who have already seen what happens at the very end of the train, you have that part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then there is...
Please tell me that this campaign just secretly turns into like a TTRPG of Infinity Train.
Oh God.
No. You may or may not
Wow.
have to suplex a train, though.
Okay.
Shut up.
Which
Shut up.
only Final Fantasy members will even Final Fantasy fans will even understand that reference. What I tried to do, and Moon wouldn't let me do it.
Spoiled.
Spoil.
It
What?
made
You
me
never
so
played
angry.
Final Fantasy?
No spoils. No spoils.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't say.
Earmuffs, Dan. Earmuffs.
Oh.
Being bad.
Earmuffs,
I'm not
Dan.
good at keeping secrets.
Earmuffs.
Earmuffs.
Oh,
That is
wait,
wild.
Oh, hold on. Okay. Let me just.
There
And
we go.
then,
Now you can.
yeah, I'm so mad you wouldn't let me suplex that train. I wanted to do that so bad.
Well, I'm
And then, like, the minute I
Winking
tried to
at me,
do it,
bro.
the train just stopped focusing on me and started attacking everybody else. I'm like, that's bullshit!
I'm sorry. That's just how dice
I realized
roll.
during this that there's no way for you guys to tell me it's good again. So,
Oh, I was gonna type. You're good.
I can't read.
Yeah, I'll stop being a spoiler.
God damn it. Okay, I'll do. Hold on. I'll
These
do
are-
sign language.
Admire my 5-head. Is this my first face reveal? I've revealed my face in here, right? Oh,
I
God,
don't
think
I was
I've
saying,
seen
it's pretty funny that we actually
How
look
could you?
somewhat similar, which is fucked up.
Actually, no. I've
You
actually seen your
actually-
face before.
Okay, because I've seen your Facebook But when you shared one of the links, I was like, oh my god, he looks like my fraternity brother. Like, he looked like my old roommate and fraternity brother.
I've never been to college, but I mean,
Well, it looks like you went to
damn.
mine. And you were ahead of the
we've seen my
game.
face because I've posted mine when I shared the screen, but we've seen Dan's face. Sean refuses to show us his majestic beard.
Who's
Sean?
Not Sean,
the
Shane.
hell?
Yeah.
My
I got
bad.
called Sean a lot in like elementary school. It's like I'm not Sean. That's that other kid.
Well, show us your majestic beard.
No, not yet.
I'm just kidding. I'm just giving him a hard time because he always tells us he has a beard.
I do.
Allegedly.
I'm sad because I want a beard and I can't grow one. And
You
Ariel
can
now
grow
says
it.
I'm not allowed to grow one even if I could grow one.
I just prefer to shave. I don't like.
Evil.
How dare you?
I can't grow one. It grows in like all neck beardy and redneck and shit.
I have very, very thin hair except for my beard, which is thick and I hate it. That's why I never keep it long.
Are we getting this all on like record? Like, are we recording all of this?
That would be funny.
Is it all on record?
It might
my
still
face
be
is
recording.
going
Huh?
live.
I don't know if
Yeah,
Sam's
I don't know if
Sam's
live
stopped
recording
it.
So
yet.
she's either one talking to her dad or two
Yes,
posting
it's
this
still
live on
recording.
Facebook. Oh, okay, good.
Yes,
Good,
they're
record
still
this.
recording.
Lovely.
But
Look at this man.
so yeah, I figured I will.
Five head.
I
It's
figured it would be a
beautiful.
good time to stop since we gonna like that leaves us open for the train
Dude,
next time, and I can try and
freaking dad.
customize that and get some.
Were
The
you
maps
scratching
are already
your brain or
available for that,
something?
so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Crooked
Dan was
Moon,
scratching
you
his
know,
brain.
Crooked Moon is on D&D Beyond now. You can pre-order
Wait, it
it.
is?
Yes, you
Oh,
can
for the
pre-order.
pre-order.
Yeah, you can pre-order.
Mm-hmm. You
So
can
is it
get
have
it.
everything,
it'll
the
have all the classes and
tokens.
stuff? Or
Yes,
is it
and
not?
it has a VTT in it too.
Yeah, you'll be able to
So is
have
it an
tokens
extra
and
one,
stuff.
or do we
My
get that? Is
God.
there a way to get that if we purchased it through Kickstarter?
I have no idea.
Because I had
I'm
no
not
idea they were
sure.
doing that. Last I heard, they weren't doing that yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because they said they had no
just
plans
recently
for
made that
integration.
announcement. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go check that
they
out
had,
now.
Test
They
them out.
had a
Demand it
a
like a carrot.
for it, I think. Oh,
Well, I'd be cool if we
Doggo.
ordered it via Kickstarter if they would if it was a way to get it, but I doubt
Doggo.
there is. I bet you have to pay for it twice.
mhm,
the hardest signing I've seen.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me that they would add it because
Doggy.
I mean they're the highest D&D Kickstarter of all time, and they already
Adorable.
they already work with Critical Role. D&D Beyond does, and they
Okay.
went past that.
Mhm.
Can you post a
Yeah.
link to it though? Because I don't see it up here. Oh, there it is.
I got it
Yes,
through
you
my
did.
email.
Pre-order the Crooked Moon. This Crooked Moon is written down.
That's
yes.
it. I'm pre-ordering the Crooked Moon right now.
I'm just trying to see if
Have you heard
it's-
of the Crooked Moon?
Have you ever heard of this?
Is playing the
Ruby.
beta. No.
I'm just trying to
actually.
see if it'll if we
I
ordered it
love
via
my
Kickstarter,
Ruby.
if it's a thing where we can hook it up, or whether we have to order it again. Because I'm already
I don't know.
paying $150 for all this. I don't really want to pay another $70.
People pay $4 million to get this to happen.
More
I
than
need to
that,
make a
didn't they
campaign.
raise they raised an insane amount of money. They made over $4 million, I think, in the first day.
Yes.
I believe it. They had
Yes.
$4 million of
Yeah.
their
It was
$20,000 goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like,
yeah,
they-
it was 1
This
million.
is literally the largest D&D Kickstarter of all time. They made They made Critical Role look like a joke.
Yeah, but how did they do the haha funny my leg Gricko into this? Like how
Oh, there it
what am
is.
I missing?
Hold on.
Because they're
This is it.
freaking amazing. I don't
Mm-hmm.
Hold on,
I
guys.
nothing
If you
I
load
watch.
up D&D Beyond, it
I'm not
literally
saying you're
has
wrong.
it as
It
a
does, yeah.
notification.
I saw it. I'm just trying to figure out. I'm going to the Kickstarter to ask, or the
It's
Discord to ask
$70.
them a question.
Mhm.
Because I want to ask whether or not we have to purchase it again, or if there is a way to prove
Well-
that we backed it, and then
Yeah, there's a
I'm a
deluxe
s-
box that says VTT.
Yes, but I'm assuming that's different. I'm assuming because it's D&D Beyond, just like if you bought like Curse of Strahd as an actual book, you'd still have to buy it on here. So I'm going to guess it's gonna make us buy it on here again. But I'm still gonna ask them to see because they probably would answer.
Or I mean, I got the physical copy, so
I'm getting the physical copy, but it would make it a lot easier to DM sessions if I could,
Oh, would you look at that? It says that it's going to release in about 30 days.
Yeah, in 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
30 days and half a day.
12 hours. Yeah, 12 hours.
Crooked Moon music bundle?
It comes with music.
Nice.
Boss miniature?
Mm-hmm.
Like Coven Abomination?
Yeah, see, this is a brand new offering not connected to the original Kickstarter. Sad face. I don't know if I can... It does, because D&D Beyond is going to get a chunk of that. And it's how every other... It's how every other one did it. So I don't fault them, because I don't think they had much to do about it. Yeah. I think they could have, basically D&D Beyond, they go, hey, can we offer this on your platform and we'll split the profits? And D&D Beyond's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be hard to justify to myself, although I want to, buying it again on D&D Beyond when I've already spent $100 and some for the core material with the box.
It does say it's only $69.99, which is still
nice.
It's not bad considering, but I've already spent $100 and how much did I back on this? A lot.
I'm pretty sure I spent 160, 170.
I didn't get the all-in box. I got the one after that. I got the core box.
I would have loved to have gotten the
all-in box. I would have, yeah. The all-in box was cool, but I couldn't justify that much money. I don't make that much.
At the time, I didn't have that kind of money for that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I started off just getting the physical book, and then I got a raise, so I got the other one, and then I lost my raise, but I've already paid for it. So.
Damn.
Yeah, my job sucks.
I'm just happy I was at least able to get the Ghostlight Express dice.
Oh, those are cool! Those look so cool. I didn't end up getting
I didn't get the metal ones as much as I wanted to.
Yeah, I got the ones that come free with the box. So I got the Pumpkin King dice.
The Pumpkin King?
And the other one that you get for getting the core box.
Yep.
So there'll be 2 sets.
Yeah, and then what else? I got the map.
Cool.
Yeah, I did get that's the reason I upgraded, because I saw the map and was like, I have to have that.
It's really cool.
It looks so cool, and it's dual sided.
And
I had to get that.
What else?
They just it looks like they're showing the prototypes on the Kickstarter now.
Yes,
it looks cool
so
as
dope.
fuck.
Yeah.
I got
and
the
Moon's already getting an extra
bundle.
tarot because I'm getting rid of that.
Yeah, I got the tarot card bundle. So I'll
see, if I'd known you were going to order that specially, I would have just given you mine. Well, because Moon's already got one set, and he's gonna have my set because I don't mess with that, so I'm getting rid of mine because I don't want it at the house.
Well, I got the bundle.
Yeah.
So I'd be getting all 3. I'd be getting the items tarot cards, the enemy tarot cards, and then
I think those come with the box I got.
I'm pretty sure.
I believe.
I'm not sure because you got which one, the core box or the other one?
The one underneath all in. It's the core box. Okay, I know it comes with the maps. I think it comes with the items.
Oh, you got the deluxe box. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah,
because the all-in is $900. The deluxe box is $375. Core is $200.
Bro,
no, I got the core.
Digital deluxe
700 to 900.
Well, they weren't that much before. That's after they raised the prices.
Yeah, that's why
the core box was like $150.
Yeah, core box is $150.
That's what I put in it.
Yeah, you told me I needed to back this up months ago.
Yeah, they raised the rates afterward. During the initial actual Kickstarter, everything was way cheaper. Like, all-in was... I want to say, the all-in was, 200?
All in was 200. Core box was 150.
Yeah, because core box was 150.
No shot,
Yeah.
dude.
And all in was 200. It was a massive savings. I just couldn't justify spending $200.
Yeah,
Well, now I'm like,
at the time I didn't have that kind of money,
Right.
so
I didn't have it, and that was before I'd met any of you guys yet, so I didn't even have a
Thinking
group
about
to
that.
play with. I just knew I wanted to have this.
Yeah, honestly.
And like, had I known how big if I'd have known you guys before, I would have maybe tried to make a deal where we just freaking split it or something. But
Split it.
yeah, and got the bigger box. But like,
I'll be
I
completely
paid
honest,
$150.
I don't know if I'd ever played it in person anyway, so I wouldn't mind doing the $150 deluxe, digital deluxe.
I would have played it in person. Like, I still think playing D&D in person would be a better experience for all of us. It's just,
Yeah.
100%. But we're in 13 different time zones.
Exactly, we're in different spaces. So it's like, I definitely want to play with this group. So
Yeah, like someone lives in Peru, this other person lives in the dunes. I live over in the I live on the moon.
Everyone while we're still recording.
Moon lives in the moon?
Yeah, Moon lives on the moon. I'm over here.
I live in Indiana, which nobody even knows where that is. I mean,
yeah, no.
Yeah,
it lives in a cornfield.
Exactly. I'm over here in Atlantis. I don't know how I'm getting service over here.
Right.
I don't know how you do it either.
The damn Starlink, man. Elon Musk knows what he's doing.
But yeah, I'm getting the physical. I don't think I'd have anyone. I know I have like a few friends from work that would probably. They say they want to try it once I get it.
Oh, backer kit. That's what I was looking for.
So that'll be interesting. But again, with the whole like school work and as well as my internship.
Yeah.
You got stuff getting ready to start up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you a responsible boy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that would probably have to be done first, and then eventually see if they'll still be interested in doing a physical campaign, and having a day of free time for that.
Oh yeah, and still.
I think it'd be really cool to play physically. I do think that. Also, I was the 20,666th backer.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was. Let me see.
Let me see what number I was.
Yeah, Moon got the extra lucky one. They did the $1 thing. I was there, I didn't find out about it until after that.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get the extra special Chuckles shit.
Oh, I got that. Yeah, I got that.
Well, there's a Chuckles campaign, and then so you managed to be one of the VIP people too?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know about that. I would have done it if I'd known about it, but I didn't know about it in time.
Let's see.
So you had to give $1 before the before the Kickstarter even started.
Yep.
And then you got the extra special Chuckles pin, and I was like, "Fuck you guys, I don't get it."
Whoops.
Makes me sad.
Yeah, it's. I
was gonna try to bribe Moon for theirs.
For mine.
Yeah, I like pins.
Oh, that's true.
I just want the pin.
You can always make your own.
Likes a little flair.
I enjoy the pins. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the pins, I almost added those on.
He likes
Which is
wait, I'm stupid. I'm looking over at backer kit. I meant to put Kickstarter. I'm stupid.
See, I did the opposite. I went to Kickstarter and I needed to go to backer kit.
Where do you tell what number it is? Is it on Kickstarter?
Oh, it's on backer kit.
Oh.
Is it really?
Because you can tweet it, and I was the 20,666th backer.
And where do you find that?
It'll be when you go to your project link or whatever the fuck when you line in, it'll say it. It'll be like right underneath the digital download things. It'll say, "Let the world know how you feel. Share with other backers," and then it will say, "Proud to be the whatever your backer number is."
Wait, so I'm on. Wait, so I'm on Kickstarter. It would just be share this project or something.
No, it's on backer kit.
God damn it!
Oh, you gotta do view community, and there it is.
I think so.
Oh, okay.
So what's your number, Flair?
20,666.
796.
Dick.
Wow.
He got in under the 1,000, which would be hard to do considering how many they had the first day. They made over 4 million the first day. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. As soon as their live stream was happening, as soon as they said now it's live, I immediately went into it.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I got it.
Weird flex, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had. I didn't do it, but because I was like, I always thought it was cool, but I was like, well, I don't have anyone to play with. It took me a minute to like convince myself to get it, and
Wow, someone got 8,070th.
Yeah, that's good for everyone as soon as possible.
Someone got 11,000.
yeah. See, I got the core box, which is